My name is Nidhi Srinivas. I'm an assistant professor of nonprofit management here at Milano, the New School of Management and Policy within the New School. I've known Kian Tajbakhsh since September 2001. I vividly recall the very first time I heard him. He was playing some music from Iran on the tar in his room, which is the room I'm in at present, and it was resounding through the hallways. It was very hot, and I was entranced by this music, and I kept asking myself, where could it come from? How could such beautiful music be in an office building? And then I happened to realize it was from Kian's office, and I went up and said hello. I already knew about him because I checked his website. He had stated in that website that he was a friend of India, and as an Indian citizen who sees himself as a friend of Iran, I naturally wanted to meet him. We quickly became friends. We would exchange music, we would talk. Talking to him, I became very respectful of what it took to become willing and committed to moving back to your country. When I first came to this office, it was filled with books that Kian had in the top shelf, and later I realized it was going to be really hard to persuade Kian to move his office because he had no problem moving, but the books were hard to move. So we had to work out a way in which one of his friends would come by and help him collect the books, and we moved it to an empty office so that I could move in. At around that time, Kian scratched his head, looked around the office and said, you know, I don't really need this carpet. You want to keep it, you can. And I said to him very casually, because it was a beautiful carpet. It's an exquisite carpet, and Persian carpets are legendary. I said to him, well, I mean, if you don't want it, I'm happy to keep it for you, as long as you allow me. And he did. He left the carpet, and in the same spirit he left CDs. For a while he even left two of his musical instruments, though we both understood that I couldn't play music, so he had nothing to fear. One was an exquisite setar, the other was a beautiful tar. I think of him very often, and when I think of him, I think of his smile, I think of his attempts at imitating an Indian accent. I think of him calling me. He would say, Nidhi. I think of the way he would speak, the way he would nod. I think of the way he would stroke his beard, how much he would enjoy certain dishes, the way he would speak Farsi, which was with a beautiful musical lilt. It's very hard to express this, but all cultures can learn from each other. As an Indian citizen, I've learned so much from what little I know of Iran. For instance, I've learned so much by listening to the music of Hossein Alizadeh. I don't know how appropriate it is to point this out, but Mahatma Gandhi once said, I would like my door to be open to all cultures, but I refuse to be blown off my feet by any. And at the moment, ironically enough, the United States government and the Iranian government are being blown off their feet by their own rather limited position. And someone has to make an effort, because frankly, I cannot imagine that the people of India, of Iran, of the United States are in any way unwilling to express the multiplicity of the different cultures that inhabit their own societies. I sincerely hope to see Kian soon and discuss this further with him.